Whispers from the Past. In the quiet town of Ravenwood, an old abandoned house stood atop the hill overlooking the sleepy community. The house, a massive Victorian-era mansion, had a sinister past that many locals dared not speak of. It was said that the spirits of the deceased still roamed its halls, echoing the terrible events that had transpired within. The once grand manor was now only a shell of its former glory, with peeling paint and broken windows. A young couple, Sarah and Tom, moved into the house in the summer of 2022, eager to restore it to its original splendor. They had bought the property at a suspiciously low price, but the allure of owning a piece of history was too strong to resist. The locals were hesitant to share the stories of the house with the newcomers, but whispered rumors eventually reached Sarah and Tom. The stories dated back to the early 1900s, when the house was owned by the wealthy and reclusive Blackwood family. It was said that the patriarch, Samuel Blackwood, was a cruel and vindictive man who harbored a dark secret. His wife Abigail was a kind and gentle soul, forced to endure her husband's wrath. The couple had a daughter, Elizabeth, who was a shy and quiet child, often spending her days hiding from her father's angry outbursts. As the restoration work began, Sarah and Tom tried to put the disturbing rumors out of their minds, focusing on the beauty and potential of the house. One day, as they were stripping the old wallpaper from the walls, they discovered a hidden door. Behind it, they found a secret room with dusty, cobweb-covered furniture and walls lined with shelves filled with old books and journals. They were intrigued and decided to dig deeper into the history of the Blackwood family. As they read the journals, they learned that Samuel Blackwood was a man obsessed with power and dabbled in dark arts. In his quest for immortality, he had made a pact with a malevolent spirit. But the price of this pact was a terrible curse that he brought upon his family. The journal entries grew darker and more desperate as Samuel detailed the horrifying events that took place in the house. Sarah and Tom felt uneasy reading about the family's suffering, but their curiosity compelled them to continue. As they delved further into the history of the house, strange occurrences began to unfold around them. Objects would move on their own, doors would open and close without anyone touching them, and the sound of footsteps echoed through the empty halls. At night they heard whispers and sobbing, a chilling reminder of the pain that had once been endured within the house. Despite the haunting events, the couple refused to leave their new home, determined to complete the restoration project. They believed that if they could restore the house to its former beauty, they could break the curse that had plagued it for so many years. But as the renovations continued, so did the intensity of the paranormal activity. One evening, as Tom was working late on the second floor, Sarah heard a blood-curdling scream. She raced upstairs to find her husband, but when she reached the room he was working in, she found it empty. Panicked, she searched the entire house, but Tom had vanished without a trace. Sarah was now alone in the haunted house, her fears amplified by the disappearance of her husband. Desperate for answers, she turned to the journals once again, hoping to find a way to save Tom and rid the house of its evil. As she studied the text, she discovered a ritual that Samuel Blackwood had performed in an attempt to break the curse. The ritual required a sacrifice, and Samuel had planned to use his own daughter Elizabeth to appease the malevolent spirit. But Abigail, horrified by her husband's intentions, had intervened, sacrificing herself in her daughter's place. However, the ritual had gone awry, and instead of breaking the curse, it had only strengthened the spirit's hold on the house. Realizing that she had no other choice, Sarah decided to perform the ritual herself, hoping that she could save her husband and finally break the curse. She gathered the necessary items and prepared herself for the harrowing task that lay ahead. As she began the ritual, the house seemed to come alive, the walls groaning and the floorboards creaking beneath her feet. As Sarah recited the ancient incantations, the spirit's presence grew stronger. Shadows danced across the walls, and the chilling whispers grew louder, tormenting her with memories of the Blackwood family's suffering. But Sarah remained resolute, determined to face the darkness and save her husband. The ritual reached its climax, and Sarah felt an overwhelming surge of energy. In that moment, the spirit materialized before her, a terrifying figure that seemed to be made of pure darkness. The spirit demanded a sacrifice, but Sarah refused, declaring her love for her husband and her belief in the power of goodness to triumph over evil. In a final act of desperation, Sarah offered her own soul to the spirit in exchange for Tom's freedom and the release of the Blackwood family from their torment. The spirit hesitated, as if considering the offer, and then, with a deafening roar, vanished into the shadows. The house fell silent, the air suddenly still and free of the oppressive darkness that had once filled it. Moments later, Tom reappeared, disoriented but unharmed. He embraced Sarah, grateful to be alive but concerned about the price she had paid for his freedom. Over time, the couple completed the restoration of the house, transforming it into a symbol of hope and resilience. The whispers and shadows that had once haunted the halls were gone, replaced by the laughter and warmth of the young couple who now called the house their home. Though the curse was broken, Sarah could never shake the feeling that a part of her soul remained trapped within the house, bound to the spirit that had once tormented the Blackwood family. But she chose to focus on the love and happiness she shared with Tom, embracing the belief that the power of goodness could, in the end, overcome even the darkest of evils. The house on the hill still stands today, a testament to the couple's love and determination. And while the whispers from the past have been silenced, the memory of the events that transpired within its walls will forever remain a vivid reminder of the darkness that once lurked within the heart of Ravenwood. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more true scary stories.